Hey guys, Alex here from Mr. Build It, and in today's video we're going to take this classic old shed and turn it into that. So without wasting time, let me show you how I built it and let's get into the video. Let's go. Before we get started, I'd like to talk about the sponsors of today's video, Alleviate. Now with colder weather quickly approaching and the shop's not so warm anymore, I want to share some of my favorite products I like to wear in the shop to keep me warm. Alright, first things first, these are the Alleviate M4 Rebar Duro Stretch Workhorse jeans. Here's what makes these jeans ultra comfortable. They are low rise, so they're not baggy old man jeans. They are relaxed fit through the waist, hips, and thighs. They're boot cut, made out of 13 ounces of Duro Stretch denim. They have ultra deep pockets for, screws and such. And they're made out of Tough Max fabric, which makes them 2 times more durable than your average work jeans. Now for the top, let me show you this. You guys are gonna like this. The Alleviate FR Duralite Stretch Canvas Jacket. Best part, it's category 4, flame resistant. Woo! This out, gotta make it official. It's got 9 ounces of polar fleece lining. It's got 9.5 ounces of the Duro Stretch Light canvas. Super comfortable to work in and move around in. And the best part, it's made of fabric from the good old-fashioned US of A. So do yourself a favor, check out some of my favorite selections in the description below and then use the link in the description to get 10% off your first order today. Now let's get back to this build. Let's go. Good morning guys. It is just a little bit after 7 o'clock in the morning. The family's still sleeping. This is the first time we're gonna be taking this project off-site. We're not gonna be building at my house or anything like that. We just need to stop by Home Depot really quick and then we're gonna be doing a little road trip. So let's go. We are on site of my in-laws' property. So this is a little shed that is on the property. So you're probably wondering, well, dude, what are you gonna do with the shed? Please don't tell me you're gonna tear it down and do something modern. Nope. The inside right now is just a regular shed, and we're gonna turn that into a sauna. So the first order of business is, let's get this junk out of here. 1, 2, hocus pocus. And just like that, we got a blank canvas to work with. So we're gonna need a dividing wall here with the door. This section would be the changing room, and then you'd open the door and walk into the sauna and have benches here. So we're gonna first use a pressure treated wood to anchor into the concrete itself. We're gonna use these anchors for concrete. We're gonna use a special designated drill bit to drill the hole. Our doorway is gonna be marked out here to be 31 3/4, the same as that. Let's start framing. The most important part is anchor it down to the ground and make sure it's leveled. Make sure you get as many securing points as you can. I got my jack studs up. These are 16 inches on center. They're reinforced right here to keep them from swaying. I have the trim studs that'll go on the inside and the header will sit on top of it. Still can't believe we're building a sauna. It's happening. All right, in case you're wondering, what's this wood sandwich you're making? So this is a header, and typically headers are either 2x6 or 2x10 or 2x12, whatever the structure is. Oh, 2x4. The actual dimensions are 1.5 by 3.5. Now the width, 3.5. When you sandwich 2 together, you're still missing 1/2 inch. So that's why you'd put OSB down the middle or any kind of 1/2 inch piece of wood to make this to be the width of a 2x4 board, which is actually 1.5 by 3.5. So learn something new, huh? We spoke to the electrician who will be coming in, so he'll come in and feed it through. I'm just putting the conduit down, putting these junction boxes in. The light's gonna be one of those heat protected ones, specifically the one they use for saunas. And then at the bottom, I'm gonna put a junction box. I'll throw in another extension for the light to go here. It's the yellow cable. What is that? 12, 3, I don't know. The yellow cable. The installation can be either a 2x4s or 2x6s. So obviously we're working with 2x6s. That's what we got. I'm gonna put 2 staples on top, roll it down, put 2 staples at the bottom. How do you eat an animal? 1 bite at a time. So let's do it. Now, the trick is to get the insulation into the ceiling here. Obviously, there's no drywall. My system of approach is going to be possibly take my vapor barrier, which we'll have to wrap everything with vapor barrier. I think I'm going to first do it on top of the ceiling, and then from the side, from the top, drop it into to lay over the plastic. That way it doesn't fall through. That's about the only way I could think about getting insulation up there. It'll be a little tricky, but you know, that's what we signed up for. So typically for the attics, you want to use a different kind of insulation. Don't call me out on it. I know it's not attic insulation. Though this stuff is rated for floor. So going to the floor, you go in the attic. Logic. What we got here is the flashing for windows, which is fine because it's like a waterproofing tape, though it's a little more expensive. It's a lot thicker, and if it's a little chilly in here, which it is, it doesn't stick as well, which is a surprise to me. But this other stuff, that stuff right there below, it works perfectly. It's super sticky. And so now we're gonna use the radiant barrier. And so again, this is to keep the temperature inside just cooking. So we got this stuff. It's about, I think, 50 bucks a roll, 4 feet by 25 feet. We'll have to do the ceiling, we have to do the walls, and then we'll have to figure out something for the floors because we don't want the heat to escape there. Let's get energy efficient. So 2 days worth of work right here. You can bust out to get to the section about in a weekend. As far as what things cost, I'll say with materials, with the 2x4s and stuff like that, roughly around 500 bucks into it so far. We're gonna start laying down the waterproofing membrane, which is basically what we're actually looking for, is a vapor barrier, moisture barrier for the cement. All right, so this is what 950 linear feet of the cedar tongue and groove looks like. If you're wondering how to calculate it, take your square footage, multiply by 12, and then divide it by the width of the board. It's roughly around $2.50 per linear foot, so a little pricey. I think I paid like $2,300 on this. It would be so much cheaper to do it in a pine, though they have the tongue and groove. It's like 80 cents a linear foot, but pine won't hold up as long as cedar will, so it's the cost of doing things the right way. Progress report. I feel like I'm living on Mars. I don't know. The ceiling, a little tricky, especially the first one to get done. When you drive the brad nail in, drive it on the tongue part right there. That way you won't see any exposed nails out there. And it's important to do the ceiling first because then we'll do the sidewalls, and the sidewalls will actually hold or help support the top. Also, gaps, important. This thing is going to expand and contract, so make room for it. You intentionally want to leave these gaps. Some are bigger, some are smaller. We're going to take the same wood that we're using and then just trim everything out, and that way it'll conceal it and it'll give room for expansion and contraction. So today's project is going to be to build the base of it, and then after that to create an insulation. We're going to lay down insulation. Getting really pricey on this whole cedar situation. The 1x5 that we had, the tongue and groove stuff, it was $2,300 in the cedar. I ended up getting about $300 more to finish the sauna off. We're sitting at $2,600. Then I paid another $350 for this. Hopefully this is going to be it. If you're going to do this, aim on the smaller side of a sauna. The one side in the middle is the most important part because that's where we're walking. So they're roughly around 9.5 inches, 10 inches aside. And then obviously keep these a little tighter just because we're gonna have the heater on there. So now we're gonna take our 1x4s, cut them up, and do lengthwise installation. Look what just showed up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, buddy. The sauna part itself, the 5x9 part, is 350-ish cubic feet. This heater is rated for 1,000 cubic feet. That one's about $2,000, I think. My background's Russian, right? So I kind of grew up around saunas. My uncles had them, my grandfathers had them, my dad has them. The advice that my dad gave me when I was doing the research on this was, don't skimp out on the heater. My dad has a really tiny one, so he's got the more inexpensive one. He's like, I have a friend who has got a heater. He's got a big sauna that he built. He put a small heater in there because he wanted to save money. It takes like 3 hours to warm that thing up. My dad's is like a 4-person heater sauna. He says mine heats up in like 45 minutes. Either save up and get yourself the bigger heater or just build a smaller one. I made a little silhouette for our heater. We're gonna do a 1-tier base here, about 18 inches off the ground, your average chair. And then one that's gonna be high enough that a 6'2" person like myself can clear headspace. What I did is I placed 3 recessed 2x4s to basically have the bench area, or the seating butt part, to go right over it. And I'm gonna secure it with screws from the bottom. That way you're not gonna burn the butt part with the screws. Let's go. I can say we officially have a sauna, obviously minus the heater. Speaking of heater, why don't we just drag this thing in here? Let's see what we got. Freedom! So fresh, so new. Look how good it looks. Oh man. All right, so this is the regulator. Just, you know, the knobs, the old turn the thing on. We're gonna let the electrician figure this out. I don't learn so good. We have a local store. It's part of the Habitat for Humanity. It's called Restore. Kind of like a Goodwill in the construction world. This could not get any luckier. This is tempered glass. Oh my goodness. It's got a few nicks, dings, and scratches, but we can fix that up. I got a killer deal. It's 40 bucks. That's unheard of. That door like that is probably like an $800 door. The door is 36 inches wide. By the time we shim this thing out, it will occlude the 38 inch that we made the opening. We're going to router out the seat for these hinges to sit, and then we can start attaching the door. Hey, one bite at a time. Let's do this. This is probably the second time ever I've hung up a door jamb in the door itself. So before it starts getting dark, let's throw some tile right down here, and that way tomorrow we can grow out. So we picked up the same tile, luckily enough, at the same Habitat for Humanity. Nice and big. I think it was like 15 bucks a box. I needed 3, so really inexpensive. We have the waterproofing membrane down. Behind this is concrete, so we could actually lay this down straight down without having to use a membrane, because solid concrete. So now we're gonna do the baseboards and the trim, and I swear this thing's gonna start popping. Let's do it. All right, so they took the door off just to clean it up and get rid of any kind of crayons or dings on it. It cracked from here to here all the way down, which is perfect because we can't have a metal handle on there. Check this out. Now, if you're laughing at me about the handle, The majority of the saunas, they look as fancy as this, the door handle. So I'm working with a circular sauna. Obviously I'm not in my garage, so I can't make a super fancy one. Please be sure, if you're gonna use a glass door, get a tempered glass. Regular indoor glass will crack with the heat. Number two, you can make your own door, use 1/2-inch plywood. Then on the one layer of it, put the aluminum foil reflecting insulation, right? And then after that, finish it off with cedar, and then basically trim it off however you want. And if you can find a small piece of tempered glass, put it in there. If not, you made yourself basically a $60 door. All that's left is hooking up this heater. My electrician's gonna be here in 2 days, I believe. I gotta go home and see my family. I miss them already. This is a unit that he'll be hooking up down here, basically the motherboard. And then this is the digital thermostat. Let's go home, kids. I'll show you everything once the heater's hooked up. Hey, real quick, I don't know if you knew this yet, but my wife Irene and I, we started a podcast called Next Door Neighbors, available everywhere you get to stream your podcast, including video on YouTube. All the links will be down in the description below. We talk about design, we talk about marriage and our kids, and we talk about business, and we talk about everything, and we have a great time. So make sure you check us out. Let's go back to the work. All right, guys, so I just got the call. The electrician said he's all done with the sauna, hooking up the heater. Let's check it out. It looks like he ran the electrical right there. That's our power coming in. He installed this power bank here. There's a master kill switch there. That's basically the whole mothership. Looks like the heat temp sensor is going in there. Ooh, let's see this thing. That. Oh, that turned on. All right. Let's see how she does. All right. Yep, he got it all hooked up nice. Perfect. Got our tempered light here. Excellent. All right, so currently it's 53 degrees in here. I just turned it on. Time is about 10:11. We'll see how long it'll take to heat up to temperature. I'll let you guys know in a second. All right, so 1:51, time right now is just a minute or two past 11, so less than an hour to heat up to 150. Now typically sauna temps are between 150 and 194 degrees, depending how tough you are. I'm Russian, I've been doing this since I was a kid. I'm just gonna come in here and start warming up. Let's have a good time. Hey, thanks so much for sticking around watching yet another one of my videos. It means the world to me. If you're brand new to the channel and you like videos like this or any other kind of home improvement project, make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell. That way you'll be alerted every time a video comes out. Make sure you like, comment, and share this video with friends. If you have any questions, jot them down in the comment section down below. Remember guys, we are not experts, we're not trained professionals. We're just not afraid to try and fail. Courage and sweat, that's our motto here. We need the courage to take on a big intimidating project like this, and we need the sweat, the hard work to get through all the difficult things, to learn something and take that to the next project to be better builders and better people. Make sure you follow me on my social media profiles. All the links will be down in the description below, as well as the merch section and the Patreon account, which both help support this channel. Tune out this week. We'll see you guys on the next one. See ya. Bye. There we go. We got a hole. They're gonna look nice and nice. So you're gonna look nice. Just single. What's the worst you can have? Like your house. Solving problems. That's what we're in the business for. Solving problems. Shut up. All right. We're just teaching people how to get started, and that is it.